Dr. Giggles from SFNEOnline, and of course, your host of The Grove Show. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down 10 tips to have a great day at any theme park. So that way, when you go, make sure you have a great time. So hopefully these will help out. So let's just get on into it. All right, so what I want to make sure is that everybody has just in general, what I would call 10 tips, like I said in the intro, about making sure that you have a successful trip, because it might be the first time that you've been to this particular park, and you just want to make sure that you can, accomplish as much as you can, as much as you want, if it's, if you're only there for a day. So, with that being said, we're going to go from 10 to 1. It's not necessarily like what's the most important. Out of these 10 tips, you'll find out what's the most important to you. So, at number 10, I have make sure that you go to the park's website. You're researching and you want to go to a certain park, make sure you check out for any resources that you may need. You can find out the park hours, how much tickets are, maybe you have a season pass, if they, if it's multiple, like a Cedar Fair, Six Flags, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, Disney, whatever. And maybe you have a pass, maybe you're looking into getting a pass, you can see what deals they have. So besides the park hours, find out, how much tickets are. Maybe you only got a day and you kind of press for time and you want to be able to ride as much as you can. See if they have some skip the line option. If that's something you can afford or if you're into, and you can get more bang for your buck that way. Just try to get all the information that you can. Make sure you follow their social medias in case of weather. They might not update their website right away, but they might on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever that they're using. They could potentially have all the information that you may need. So, like I said, make sure you go through the website, find out, you can see if there's an event. Maybe you'll find out that's a busy day, and maybe you might not want to go that day. You might want to find a day that's slower. So make sure you utilize the website, and if they got an app, download it. Not all parks got an app, but if they do, that's also a useful tool inside the park. Now at number 9, I have bring the least amount of stuff with you inside the park. I see a lot of people bringing backpacks and all kinds of stuff. I understand if you have, medical necessity to have some type of backpack to carry certain kinds of medicines and stuff. Maybe you have a baby and you're going to bring formula and stuff like that. Okay, cool. And what I mean by bring the least amount of stuff is you're going to be going on rides. If not, you're going to have to be getting a locker, and by all means, we'll talk about that in another thing. So what I do when I go to a park, just to give the example, is I have like this lanyard wallet. I never wear it around my neck. I always keep it in my pocket. But I just bring with me the necessity items that I need, whether it's a season pass, an ID, a credit card, cash, and my keys. So by doing that, you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about all the stuff in your pockets or getting lockers all the time. If you don't want to get a locker, that's the best way to do it. So hopefully that's a help. Now at number 8, I have get the park map. If they don't have an app, and if they do have a park map, not all parks do, but almost all the parks do. But get a park map. You can find out all different, you can find out where everything is, from bathrooms to eateries to where the rides are located, shows, if they got any show guides in it. You'll be able to find out all that information in there. And especially if it's new to you park, it's a great way to make sure that you're not getting lost in the mix, missing out on something that you could potentially miss out on. You find out later, you go, oh my God, I missed it. But again, this can also go back to getting the app on your phone. If the park has an app, usually they have the park map on the app. So that could go either way. Number 7, get a locker. If you got a lot of stuff and maybe you're worried about things flying off on a ride, number 1, don't be the type of person that just brings things out, takes your phone out on a ride, etc. Just put it in a locker. That's all you got to do. Because there's been too many people getting hurt from things flying out of people's pockets. Nobody knows how to secure it. Now, if you're going to go on a ride and you think you have secure pockets, if you don't have like a zippered pocket, a button pocket, the Velcro pocket, your pockets are not secure. If you're just wearing a pair of jeans, get a locker. If you're wearing shorts, no pockets, get a locker. You shouldn't be hands up, ride out, doing all that for the safety of yourself and not getting kicked out of the park. And 2, safety of other people. Of phones flying and change flying. I've been whipped in the face on King to Car with quarters, nickels, and dimes going over the hump there and getting whacked in the face. And it's not a good feeling. Not a good feeling at all. So get a locker. This way, find a spot where they got lockers, and that way you can keep going back and forth. And you can just ride. You don't have to worry about having to grab all this crazy stuff and trying to put it in your pockets, worrying about if you're going to lose your wallet, your keys, your phone, whatever you brought with you. Stuff it in a locker, because a lot of the rides don't allow stuff on the platforms. Not all parks do that, but most parks are doing that now, and they don't want anything on you, and they want you just to ride, get off, and it's okay. So again, you can't bring a backpack and the giant ass Panda that you could win, and you can't bring that up on the ride, and they can't ride with you. So get a locker. Do everybody the favor, just get a locker. Now I'm huge against paying for the locker if I'm forced to get a locker. But some places have free lockers, and by all means, utilize the free lockers. If you want to have a locker for the day, by all means, spend whatever money it is, get a locker for the free day. But I'm just trying to preach the gospel so my face doesn't get hit with quarters and God knows what else when I'm on a ride. Number 6. When you're looking, if you're eating inside the park, I know a lot of people go to their car, they have a cooler, and they have a party, and they have a tailgate party in a parking lot. But if you're going to buy food at the park, which I strongly suggest, because sometimes they have some good stuff, not always, and you can usually find some hidden gems that you normally don't get, but make sure that you go in off times. Now, usually the time of the day for lunch is between 12 and 2. That's usually when everybody's trying to get lunch, so go before 12 or after 2. Lunchtime, I would say from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. is like the huge hours of lunchtime. So I would go, dinner, I would go either before 4 or after 6. That's just the reality of it. That's when the lines are the longest. Now, if they got parks, they got dining plans, it's just a crap fest and it's always busy. So just try to, kind of gaze and find where you see the shortest line. So when you're hungry, you just, you're walking around and you find the food that you're going to enjoy and not have to wait an hour for food. Number 5, follow all park rules. And I don't want to sound like a park police. I'm just stating, if there's a sign, read the rules. And the reason why I say that is, I see a lot of people that don't follow the rules get kicked out of the park and then complain all over social media. I figured so that way you don't get kicked out, because I don't want to see anybody kicked out. I want everybody to go to the park and have fun. Whatever the rule says, follow the rule. You're not above anybody. I'm not above anybody. I don't abuse anything. I don't look for any privileges or anything like that. So just follow the park rules. If you follow the park rules, you'll have a good time. Number 4, visit the shows. Now, here's something that we talk about on the Grow Show a lot, that a lot of parks are doing away with shows, or the shows aren't as good, and there's a reason for that. There are certain shows that everybody's going to the shows, but why don't they put in shows or put the effort in? Because nobody really goes. The shows are never always full. Everybody's not riding the rides, eating food, doing whatever. Visit the shows, because sometimes you miss out on something good. I've missed out on some and gone back and watched those shows and have been phenomenal. Plus, the people that are putting on the shows are doing, a really good job. I've seen some people that were like, I don't want to go see the show, forget it. And then you go and watch it, you're like, wow, this show's phenomenal. Now, I'm not saying every show is great, but there are a lot of parks that have a lot of great shows that everybody's missing out on. Plus, it's a good way to get out of the heat on a hot summer day. Number 3, good walking shoes, or just good shoes in general. I used to not follow this rule and then paid for it later on. My feet would be killing me, my back would be killing me, my legs would be killing me. Yes, I'm fat, but besides that, but now I don't really have that problem because I make sure that I have good shoes. What I found is I always buy my shoes that have the memory foam in them, and it's always like I'm walking on a pillow. It's like walking on a cloud. And my feet don't get beat to hell, my legs don't hurt as much anymore, and neither does my back. Maybe because I lost some weight, but regardless of that, a good tip is to make sure you have some good shoes. Just don't buy some regular crappy shoes. You'll be paying for it later or even halfway through the day and going, I can't take this anymore. Please help. I can't walk. And then you're going to spend wasting time just sitting on a bench for hours because your legs and your feet are dying. Trust me when I tell you, get some good shoes. Get what's comfortable, and you'll have a good time. That's just another good tip that I think everybody should have. Number 2, stay hydrated. I've seen this too many times. People passing out, people getting heat stroke and stuff, especially the hot summer. We're not out of the summer yet. Even though we're in August when I'm making this, it's still getting hot, and they're saying it's going to get hotter. Like to the end, it's going to be a really hot, out with a bang. But anyway, a lot of the places do have the the bubblers, water fountains, whatever you want to call them, depending upon where you're from. If you don't want to be spending $4, $5, $6 on a soda, go just keep finding the water fountains, the bubblers, and get a drink. Plus, another tip, in case people didn't know that, you can go to any stand that has drinks and ask for a cup of water. It's not going to be a big cup. It's going to be a little plastic cup, but it will do the trick. Trust me. I've utilized that a lot this summer, and it's a good way just to make sure that I'm not dying of thirst, I'm not passing out, and I'm staying cool, and I'm not overheating. Now, I think this should be number one. This should be the number one thing. And all it is have fun. Hopefully you took the other 9 tips that I gave you and that you have a great time. Hopefully any of these tips will help you. And if they did, if any of these tips has helped you, leave a comment down below. And if I missed any tips, also let me know if I missed something down below as well in the comments. And let me know if any of my tips did help. And, you know, I'd appreciate it if you'd let me know. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Just remember to have fun. Remember, take this with a grain of salt. It can be in any order. And it'll just help the conversation. Do you find these tips helpful? Do you not? If so, let us know. If you're new here, make sure you click the subscribe button, click that like button, leave us a comment. And I will see you guys soon. Till next time, everybody, keep on coasting, y'all. Peace.